You know the image, right? That massive circular steel door, inches thick, with all those locking bolts? It's the symbol of being completely impenetrable. But what's the actual secret that makes a bank vault lock so uncrackable? It's not lasers or alarms, it's something way, way more clever. So let's unlock this mystery together.
So get this is the heart of the mystery. The secret isn't about brute force. It's about a single, precise millimeter. How in the world can something so small create a barrier that is absolutely immovable? That's the puzzle we're going to solve right now.
Okay, so our journey starts right here. We've got to understand that the secret isn't really about being strong enough to resist an attack. It's about being so precise that an attack is logically impossible from the very start.
And there it is. That's the whole ballgame. Forget all the high-tech gadgets you see in the movies. The real magic, the true security, it all comes down to just lining things up perfectly. If they don't align, nothing moves. And I mean nothing. Not even a fraction of an inch.
Now, this is where it gets really cool. You'd think this hyper-modern security principle is cutting edge, right? Well, it's not modern at all. To understand how a multi-ton steel door works, we actually have to travel back in time, way, way back, to look at a simple wooden box.
Say hello to the Seljuk lockbox. Believe it or not, this surprisingly clever little device is the direct ancestor of today's most advanced vault locks. It holds the very same secret we're trying to uncover.
So check this out. It is so simple, it's genius. The key isn't just a piece of metal you turn. It's like a password. It has to lift a bunch of different pins to a very specific height. They all have to line up perfectly. If even one of those pins is just a little too high or a little too low, the main bolt is blocked. It has nowhere to go. So simple, but so incredibly effective.
So you see what happened, right? Engineers didn't have to reinvent the wheel. They just took that ancient, brilliant idea of perfect alignment and put it on steroids, amplifying it on an industrial, almost unbelievable scale. Let's see how they pulled it off. This slide just lays it all out. The old Seljuk box had a few little wooden pins and a simple key. A modern bank vault takes that exact same idea and transforms it. Instead of a few pins, you get massive hardened steel cylinders. Instead of a simple key, a complex dial. But the core logic? It's 100% the same.
And here are those modern upgrades. You know those huge locking bolts you see sliding out of the vault door? Fun fact, they aren't the lock itself. They're just the muscle. The real lock is the tiny, super precise mechanism deep inside, a series of steel cylinders that will only, and I mean only, align when the correct combination is entered.
Okay, and this is where the whole thing just gets insane. By scaling up the number of cylinders and the precision required, the system goes from being a clever little puzzle to a statistical impossibility for any would-be thief. So think about it. Every time you turn that big dial, you're slowly shifting one of these hidden cylinders inside. What you're trying to do is find that one and only one sweet spot, that perfect sequence that lines up all the internal gates, creating a clear path for the whole thing to unlock.
Whoa, just look at that number. Over 10 billion. That's not just a lot of combinations, it's a number so huge that you could spend lifetimes guessing and not even come close. So yeah, trying to brute force it, it's just not going to happen. The only way in is with the right information.
All right, let's tie all of this together. We've seen the ancient principle, and we've seen its modern, supersized application. Now we can finally understand why that single millimeter we started with is the absolute hero of this story.
And here we are, right back where we started. But now it all makes perfect sense, doesn't it? If even one of those internal cylinders is misaligned by the tiniest fraction, it physically blocks the mechanism. It's like shoving a steel bar into the gears of a machine. The door isn't locked by magic, it's locked by a wall of solid steel. It literally cannot budge.
So, what are the big things to remember from all this? Well, first, true security comes from elegant logic and precision, not just brute force. Second, some of our very best ideas are actually ancient, just reimagined. And most importantly, in this world, a tiny imperfection, that 1 millimeter of misalignment, is what creates total, absolute security. Kind of poetic.
And that leaves us with one last thing to chew on. This whole idea, strength from perfect alignment, it's not just for bank vaults. You see it everywhere. It's in the structure of a bridge, in the DNA in our cells, even in a high-performing team. So the next time you see something that seems incredibly strong, ask yourself, is it just brute force, or is it the hidden power of everything lining up just right?